Hello and welcome to SML The Sit Down. I am Primetime 000, joined by the man, the myth, the legend, ZBD. How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. It has been a long week, but definitely excited for the new cycle to get started.
It's going to be a fun cycle, but before we get to that, I do want to learn about ZBD, the man. Many people have
Okay.
asked me to record this show with you, so I got to ask you, simple one. Where did you come up with
Okay.
your PSN?
Uh, well, part of it is I'm a Pats fan, that's for sure. The first little bit of it is really just a callback to a really old screen name of mine from when I first got into the internet. It was an old AIM name, so it's really kind of
Oh,
just a
you were doing some
callback to
crazy stuff
that.
on AIM, huh? Back in the day?
Um, I guess back in the day, yeah, it would be definitely back in the day, but like my first screen name at the time was like really just something embarrassing. And so I guess over time it just shortened to where it is now and just added the Pats fan to the end of it and just kind of stuck with it. So
Do you want to share your old AIM name on the show?
nah, it takes some of the suspense out of it. I will say what the Z stands for, and it stands for zero, but um
Interesting.
beyond that, I will not go into. Beyond that, I'll let everybody else figure it out.
All
So.
right, I respect it. So,
Mhm.
how long you been playing Madden for?
My first Madden would be, I say, like Madden 99 when I was like really little on the computer. Didn't really play anybody else at the time.
Now, hold on. When were you
And
born? What year were you born?
uh, I just turned 36 this past May. So, yeah,
Dang,
about
you're
nine
almost
or
40?
10. I know, I don't look it, do I?
I thought you were like
But
28.
it's funny. I'm lucky in a way. Like my bloodline, we all look a lot younger than we actually are. But
Really? You have the good
yeah,
genes.
yeah. Like it was funny because like even I want to say within the last 6 months, I've gotten asked like, "Are you fresh out of college?" and stuff like that. And I'm like, "I'll take the compliment, thanks." But
Yeah, I thought you were in your 20s. That's crazy. I had no
yeah,
clue. You're pushing 40. Wow. So, um, you've been playing Madden for quite a long time. What got you into connected
not the
franchise
whole
mode?
time, not the whole time.
Okay.
After that first Madden, I didn't really get into it until my freshman year of college,
Hmm.
which would have been I want to say like Madden 09-ish,
Hmm.
something along that line. And I've been playing ever since. So,
When did you get into connected franchise mode, and ultimately how did you find SML?
got into Connected Franchise just by playing with a friend of mine from college who I keep saying that he'd be a good fit, but he has a little bit of PTSD from the last big league we were all in. Bad
Okay.
commissioner just kind of ruined it.
Okay.
But how I got into SML, to be honest, as much as we all like to as much as we all like to just like rip on him forever and ever, Johnny got into Primer first, and he was the one who recommended the Primer to me and a couple other guys who were in that old league that was badly run, saying that was run a lot better than that other league was. And so I joined the Primer that year. Turned out to be 110% true that was run better. Like it's night and day difference. Um,
That's cool.
if you're into making the Lane Kiffin jokes, you could say it's like different leagues, so to
Yeah,
speak. So,
that's cool.
but yeah, got into Primer. That old league collapsed literally about like 6 months later, as far as I'm aware, and
Yeah, interesting.
been a part of Primer ever since.
So,
Well, Primer and then SML, I should say.
yeah, that's cool. So some people say you slightly resemble a Tom Cruise. Do you see that resemblance?
That's actually the first time I've heard that one. Oh,
I've always said
that's
I don't see Tom
yeah,
Cruise much as I see like you could be related to
yeah.
Bomber, like Bomber's brother or something. I see if Bomber was a little bit younger, I think you're
Yeah.
a more tighter, thin frame version of Bomber,
Mhm.
in my opinion.
Yeah, that's the first time I've heard the Tom Cruise comparison. I mean, I'll happily take the compliment if people are gonna make it, but
Yeah.
I had heard that one before. Funny enough, I actually had one of my coworkers, back before COVID. He actually came up with the nickname of calling me Brady at times because during the season on the Friday, I'd wear like a Brady jersey
Hmm.
into work. So he kept calling me that on a regular basis. It was honestly hilarious. But
That's cool.
no, that's the first time I've heard that one. I'll gladly take the compliment. Uh, I'll gladly take the compliment what you mentioned there as well. So I mean, I'll gladly take it.
So what do you?
But
How do you? People say ZBD is AI, AI is ZBD. What came first, the chicken or the egg? Where do you stand on the ZBD AI comments?
at this point, I'm just leaning into it.
Yeah, yeah, you have to.
Yeah, I know I'm not an AI, but I mean, it does make me laugh a lot to see some of it. Um, I really do go out of my way to try not to let my emotions get too high or too low.
Hmm.
Um, I get frustrated with myself if I don't play very well. Sometimes, like, I know I'm my own harshest critic, and that's part of the reason. But another thing I know about myself is that I do take coaching very well.
Hmm.
I know that you've given me feedback on a couple things, and you've seen it like almost immediately. It just gets put into place. So,
Hmm.
but yeah, I actually find it quite entertaining. And I honestly lean into it. I think there was a point in the middle of last cycle where I just realized that, you know what, if I'm gonna be the butt of certain types of jokes, you know what, just roll with it. Why not? Have fun.
Yeah, it's a Madden League at the end of the day. It's not that serious. So
Yep.
speaking of Madden, obviously Madden
Mhm.
27's out. You've played it. You played in the Primer SML tournament. How are you feeling about the game so far?
Um, I think weirdly enough, I think it's in a pretty decent place gameplay wise. I feel like pass rush is definitely a lot stronger now that was for the majority of last cycle. I think that's a good thing. I like the added tools they've given for defenses, like how you can kind of adjust how your defenders play in certain coverages and react to certain alignments. And I do like some of the new formations and stuff that they've added this year. I've been kind of messing around with those a little bit. Um, I have a couple concerns about it. First off, I have my concerns about EA not breaking something with franchise mode, like we are apparently seeing currently. But my other big concern is that I have a bad feeling that once the competitive players really sink their teeth into it, I'm concerned that EA may basically nerf the pass rush to levels like what we saw last cycle, and I'm not a real big fan of that. Um, Even though I am somebody who does prefer throwing the ball to running the ball, I do think that you need to have that element of a pass rush there to kind of balance it out. There just feels like there's too much, at least in the past, there was too much that a passing game type of player could do, and the defense couldn't do enough to adjust to contain it as well as they could have. At least most people can't. I can't speak for Dan or for Bomber, for some of the other more defensive focused players in the league, because they obviously found ways to do it. But um, for a lot of people, I think that that may not have necessarily been as easily the case. So I think that I really hope that they don't weaken the pass rush if at all possible. If anything, I think having that there kind of creates a sort of balance and forces a player to have to shift how they adjust, how they look at things. Like you kind of see that little chess match at the line now, where like for example, um, just as a hypothetical, say for example, you come out under center, I come out on defense, you're like in a gun set or something like that with two receivers stacked to the left. Do I then do something to like if, for example, we were to allow like those coaching adjustments on defense, do I do something to check how my defenders play that stack? Because that would be how I would use those, is just to like say, oh, okay, if they come out in this, how do my defenders adjust to that setup?
Hmm.
Whereas I know a lot of cheesers on there would use it mainly to like, oh, I'm just going to completely adjust all these defenders' responsibilities. So you'll have like defensive ends just randomly dropping out and so on and so forth. Me, I'd rather focus on how do my guys handle certain alignments and how do they play those alignments. But I think that chess match and that pass rush being there kind of balances it out a bit. And I think it'll be really interesting to see how it goes this cycle within SML.
No, it's good. So what about is there anybody specifically you're going to try to track down and join their division?
I don't have anyone specific that I'm going to track down. What I will say is that I've had a change of philosophy a little bit from last cycle, where I think what I'm going to do is like, because I actually thought about taking the Vikings last year when my pick came up, but I couldn't bring myself to do it because of JJ McCarthy being there, and I couldn't stand the fact that he was there. What I'll say is that I will be, as long as the divisions line up, what I'll be doing is I'll be looking to kind of pick a division that has somebody who can really push me and who I can get pretty good feedback from, and try to continue to grow as a player from there.
So you could track down Bomber possibly.
Bomber's given good feedback. I think Dan's given good feedback. AJ's given really good feedback. I know we haven't played very much, and I haven't really asked you for very good feedback in the past, so I can't say for sure, but I would like to think that you probably would do so as well.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't think Stavo does a very good job of that.
Yeah. Do you like Stavo? Do you like Stavo as a person, or do you not really like Stavo?
I respect him. I respect him as a person,
but you don't like him.
I will say that being in a division with him last year was not very fun at all, because it always felt like you go into those games, you know that he's really good with his stick skills, he's really good with his user, and so essentially you have to play perfect in order to really be able to keep up. At least when you're somebody at the skill level I was playing at last cycle, you have to play perfect. Yeah. I'd say for like somebody like you or Bomber or AJ or Dan, like somebody at that top level, you maybe have more wiggle room because you're more able to match that up. But for like somebody at the skill level that I'm at, I don't think that I had that wiggle room, and it did not make for very many fun games against stuff.
Yeah. He's
at least not fun for me. Yeah, he's very good, but it didn't make for fun times for me, because it would feel like there'd be a guy who was open, then just out of nowhere a user would come in and just pick it off and be like, oh.
Yeah. He's a good player. ZBD, we're, my goal for these shows is close to 15 minutes. We're a little over 13 minutes. Anything you want to say to the SML, or you would like to get off your chest on the sit down right now?
If anything, I'd say I want to make this a fun cycle. Like, that's the biggest thing I want to have. I know every cycle's fun, but let's try to keep pushing that up a notch, keep raising up that level of fun, make it a great cycle for the cycle, and I'm just looking forward to it. Should be a fun year.
Awesome. Guys, that is the man, the myth, the legend. Call him many things. AI, I call him ZBD. He is gearing up for Madden 27, as is everybody else. This is the first SML to sit down in the cycle by popular demand. ZBD, I'm Prime. We are signing off on SML to sit down. Thanks for watching.